Adam Gase says that him and Jamal Adams get along really well. He went on the record and said really well. And right now, Justin, who is a Dallas fan, is saying Jamal Adams is greedy, which is weird for me considering he wants to go to Dallas. But anyway, he says they get along really well. Other people dispute that. Now, what do you think about Adam Gase saying they get along really well? And do you believe the Jets when they say that, as our 10 o'clock signal goes off, what do you say when the Jets say they want to pay Adams? They just want to see what the new cap number is going to be.
Well, what do you want? What do you want the head coach to say about one of his star players, right? I mean, you want him to say, we got a terrible relationship. We should get rid of the guy. Well, listen. He didn't comment on the extension of the contract. He didn't talk about the team business either. He didn't come out and say, yeah, I support him getting an extension. He didn't say we should sign him to a new contract. He didn't say that. All he said is we get along good, which can mean 100 different things. And, of course, players are going to dispute this because they're not in the know anyway. I don't think him and Adams are going out for a drink anywhere and they're going to be hanging by the pool. That's not the relationship a coach and a player has. Of course they get along good. He plays for your team. You better get along good. That only makes sense. So Gates really didn't say nothing. I think the one that you've been worried here is the head coach of the Jets, whether he's around next year or not Adams.
Let me tell you something. Joe Douglas went to Adam Gase and said, Adam, keep your damn mouth shut. Don't say anything that you want to say, like you did with Le'Veon Bell when you said, I didn't want to pay him this much money. He won't throw him under the bus now like he did to Le'Veon Bell because he saw the backfire from that and how badly that went. Plain and simple, the Jets just need to go ahead and cut that check for him or let him trade him off and the thing that hurts them the most is the fact that he's basically tanked any value that they could have gotten for him because teams are going to look at the Jets and say, hey, he doesn't even want to be there. You have to trade him. Here's a bag of chips and a hot dog, and we'll give you some 10th row seats to go see whoever play some baseball, and you're going to send us Jamal Adams. And they're not going to have a choice, okay? Because they know that he's just not going to play for them at the end of the day if he doesn't get paid. And honestly, I think really and truly he doesn't want the Jets to pay him. I think he wants to get out of there. I think he wants to get out of there and get on a more primetime team. Granted, the Jets are in New York. The Jets are not primetime like the Giants are, like bigger teams in the area. He wants to be a star in a star market. And that star market is Dallas because that's where he's from. You went to A&M, all that stuff like that. I get it. Jets would be foolish to let him go, but I really don't think they have a choice. Adam Gase is full of crap. I don't listen to nothing. Adam Gase is a liar. Adam Gase is a liar. Period. Adam Gase is a liar.
We need to have him on the show. Don't call him a liar.
I don't want him on the show. Adam Gase is trash. He was trash in Miami. Adam Gase is trash for the Jets. He treats his players like trash. I don't like him. I don't give a damn what Adam Gase does, and I hope they fire his ass before the end of the season.
And whose fault is that? That's the Jets ownership again. Let me tell you something about the Jets ownership. And you know something? Hess trucks are great and Hess oil is beautiful. I'm glad he has a bunch of companies there. He has no idea what he's doing because I'm going to tell you right now, when you hire a head coach, that ain't the GM. Everybody says, the GM hires the head coach. That's a bunch of nonsense. If the owners don't like that head coach, he ain't coming anywhere. And they got to give that GM they're okay before any coach gets in there. And that's why the Giants messed up with Schumer. That's why the Jets have messed up with the rest of their head coaches, because you have an owner that knows nothing about football right now, just like the Giants owners that are in charge of what head coach and what they do as far as running their team. So this is not just Gase's. This is not about him. This is about the Jets ownership. And I'll tell you right now, I feel bad for the Jets fans right now because they had some teams in history that were pretty good. Besides 69, they had some teams that were really good, but that owner has held them back for years.
Long time.
Cut me off twice. You owe me 2 quarters now.
2 quarters.
Here's the thing. First, let me say to Jet Nation, and if this video ever gets around to Mr. Gase and the Jets organization, while I do not feel the same way these two people feel, so if y'all ever want to come on as some Jet guests for like the 20-minute segment, just be me and you guys, them on the side just for a little while, because I don't think you suck. I love you guys. Anyway, so I agree with everything Matt says. I think Adam Gase, he's what else is he going to say? He's not going to come out and just say, this is this. I don't think they're going to trade him because I don't think they're going to give him away. And I still think they're going to pay him. I think as soon as they find out the new cap number, they're going to pay him. And then it's going to be up to Jamal Adams to say, do I want to be here or not? But I wouldn't trade him. The player has no power here.
I would trade him for like 3 draft choices right now.
I'm not trading him for anything other than super value. I'm not giving him away. If I was the owner, I would tell that GM I want the best trading package you can get with draft picks and veterans, and he's asked me out the next day. I'm telling you right now. Only if it's fair. Only if it's fair. Don't give him away because at some point, with all due respect, I mean, we all work jobs, right? You get to go up to your boss and say, I'm done. Trade me to the base, the government building 4 states over. No, you'd be like, go out on it. You don't like it, quit. So Jamal Adams, this is in all sports. I don't care if it's baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Players work for the owners, and the owners pay well. Jamal Adams has already collected $14 million, so let's not act like he's poor, all right? They don't own the power, and the only way you stop that is you stop trading someone every time they just say, I want out. That's not how it works.
Well, I disagree with you to a point because the players do have power inside that locker room and on the field. I don't care if the owner has the rights to this guy. If this guy, as we have seen with other football players, that if this guy starts causing a ruckus, then as Matt said before, his value is going down. Well, guess what? I don't want any of that stuff in my locker room. I want you to take the next bus ticket out of here. I'm going to get a first-round draft choice. I'm going to get an experienced safety. I maybe even get a lineman in the deal. There are teams out there that will be willing to do that.
The point is, the point is that if you want to trade them, fine. You want to say the player can cause turmoil in the locker room, fine. But you don't give him away just because he doesn't want to be there. You only trade him if it makes sense for your team, okay? If the Dallas Cowboys want to call you up and say, we'll give you 2 first-round picks and Collins, which is the name I've seen floated out there, the left tackle, then you trade him because he didn't win there. You did. Because now you got 2 number ones and a starting left tackle. Yes. But you don't dump him just for a 3rd and a 5th round pick because he's crying. That's not how this works.
No, I agree completely. You can't give every player what they want when they want it. It doesn't work like that. They sign a contract for a reason. The fact of the matter is there shouldn't be 25 safeties making more than Jamal Adams in the NFL this year, period. Production matters. Production counts. And for him to have to sit down and watch guys that are a third of his talent making 3 times as much money, no, I wouldn't do that. Why would you do that? If you're working your job and somebody's doing a worse job than you want to talk about work. If somebody's doing the same, we have the same occupation and they're not as good as me at my job and they're getting paid more money than me. How am I gonna want to keep doing my job to the fullest? You'll see him just like Janoris Jenkins last year, making those business decisions on the field, and it's going to affect the team. The first time he doesn't make a tackle, the first time he doesn't go hard on a play, the first time he jogs a little bit running down a runner, they're going to be up his backside about he's not hustling, he's not trying, he's not working.
But what you're talking about, I agree with the point, but it's apples and oranges, Matt. Me and you don't have contracts, multi-million-dollar contracts that we sign, and our part of our agreement is to play the football the best we can. Okay, and he has done that. But there is also other things that come into the play about the team. You're still a team player. Right now, if they're just talking about Jamal Adams and they're worried about controlling Jamal Adams, they're not thinking of other things they should be thinking about right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was the owner, and I'm telling you this, Jim, I don't care if you get 2 first rounds or a first round and a 3rd round and a good player, a quality player, I'm going to send a message to my team saying, hey, listen, if you're going to come here and you're going to disrupt this whole team because you personally aren't happy with the contract that you signed for and that you should be holding up that, then you're gone, man, because I don't need players like you here.
I personally agree with you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I'm sorry. I personally believe that he just doesn't even want to be with the Jets anymore.
Agreed.
I think this is like a scapegoat move for him. I think this is just an easy out for him not to have to go to the Jets and say, or go to the people in New York and say, hey, I don't want to play here anymore for you guys. I don't want to be a part of this organization. And that's it. You know, he doesn't want to seem like that. He was telling them, hey, listen, pay me or move me. And he's knowing that they're not going to pay him until the cap increases. So they're going to move him. I don't know if they're going to move him where he wants to move or if they'll get the value that they deserve for him or what he warrants. But I just don't see things working out long run with him and Gase.
Well, see, that you brought up my point. That's what I was just going to say. That's my biggest issue. I don't give a crap where Jamal Adams says he wants to go. You have no say over that whatsoever. No. And you saying that to try to make other teams not trade for you, knowing you won't be happy there, I don't care. I would, you know what? If you want to go to one of these 7 teams, I would charge them double what I would charge someone else.
They want you, they're going to pay.
They're going to pay a lot. Otherwise, I'll take a semi-good deal and send you to Cincinnati or send you to somewhere else. But if you want to go to one of those teams, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to put it out there that don't try trading for me if you're one of those other teams, because I won't be happy. I'll come here and cause the same problems. If I was the Jets, because you guys are too kind. You guys are like, oh, he doesn't want to be here. Just get him out. No, I would show him you work for us. I would say, here's what you can do. Go sit home and waste 2 of your years on the couch, but we're not trading you.
He's their only star. He's their only star.
I don't care. He works for us. We don't work for him. That's the way it works. Don't sign the contract. You want us to trade you? Give back the $14 million signing bonus. Prorate it.
Everybody's talking about Adam Gase as a head coach. First of all, Adam Gase didn't even deserve the Jets job.
Well, before you go NATO on Adam Gase, what you're going to do, and we have all our Jets fans. I know you're going to do it.
I know you're going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
We have a lot of Jet fans are on here now. We got Simon, Justin. We got a few. We only have like 3 because
and they agree that he doesn't deserve the job or didn't deserve it in the first place.
But give him a little hope. Can you give him something hopeful to the Jet fan? Can you?
Tom Brady is no longer in your division. Have some hope. You got a good young quarterback and a good young wide receiver, and Greg Williams coaching your defense. And you can have a little bit of hope.
And that green color on their uniforms is pretty nice.
You guys got some nice uniforms. I like your uniforms too.
There you go, Jet fans. I got you 2 hopeful comments in a uniform comment. Listen, send me a Jet hat and I will mail it to him. I will do it. He should wear it for at least 20 minutes.
I got a Wayne Corbett jersey from back in the day my buddy Troy Nyack gave to me when we were in elementary school for a birthday.
Does it fit?
No.
Oh.
hey, and all my memorabilia, I got a few Jets, great pictures and frames of the sack exchange of Joe Namath, and I got Emerson Boozer. I got a lot of Jets memorabilia, but until they start showing me something here, I'm not going to
understand if I'm not a little confused by Simon's comment. Is he in favor of Gase? Because it sounds like, which is okay. I mean, you're a fan of the team. You deserve to be a fan of who you want. But it looked like he was making a case that we're a little too rough on Gase. Or am I misunderstanding?
He's saying that the fact that they went 7-9 last year with 21 guys and the worst O-line in football, Sam Darnold missing a bunch of games with mono, and they still went 7-9 is a small miracle, which kind of is, but you're also in the division with the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, and now the Tom Brady-less New England Patriots.
But that was last year with Brady there. So you gotta give him a little hope. You got to give
Brady was you got to
give. Hey, listen, you got to give the Jets a little bit of credit last year, maybe a lot of credit. They did win some tough games. Darnold played an excellent job at quarterback with no weapons. I mean, listen, they did have a good year last year, and hopefully they do better this year.
See, I says that you're like, I give them credit. When I say it, you're like, I give them any credit.
I just don't. The Adam Gase is the only issue I have with the Jets. I love the Jets, like the way they used to build their team with the defense, linebackers, man, the running game, man. The Jets used to be the bee's knees, bro. The Jets used to be it, man, when Chad Pennington was there with Lavernius Cole and Santana Moss, man. You guys remember that? That was explosive football, man. They were planting flags in the middle of the field going to AFC title games. The Jets were a powerhouse, you know, and then you just keep bunking it with your head coach, bunking it. You're trading away good players, trading away great wide receivers. What do you expect? And then you go bring in the Miami Dolphins head coach, Adam Gase? You should have fired him the day he showed up to the press conference high as a kite.